Hey guys, it's me again. The guy just went up to the roof right through my video. So, making another video. Today's Friday. I say thank God it's Friday because that means I just did 250 flights of stairs in a week. So I'm pretty excited about that. And that guy could come back through here any minute, so I don't know. Weighed myself this morning, 198.5, so I'm still on track, still going down, still pleased with that. This week has been extremely busy. My new company has me just going at it full steam, just hit the ground running, and I'm busy, and you know that's a good thing. So I'm trying to keep that in mind. And as far as how things are going, I think I talked about, the day. Well, what I want to talk about is, like keep on what you're doing, and even when things seem to fall apart. And I know I talked about changing your perspective. So really, it's perspective. Like change the perspective on your situation, and you can see advantages or opportunities that you have. And when you, similarly, like when bad things happen, you can choose to interpret those bad things as good or bad, And I would look at, in a way, somebody saying you may have diabetes is a bad thing, but it's also a good thing because it's led to changes that I've made. It's sparked a new fire inside of me to get healthier and to really go after the things I want to do. And that particular day, when my doctor said you may have diabetes, when we got done and I was walking downstairs and going to check out and stuff, this is I'm just stunned, and I'm in a daze, and her words are still ringing in my ears, and I'm trying to do that. And right at that moment, my wife calls me and says she had been driving with a couple other people from our church to a conference in Oklahoma, which is like 3 states away. She calls me up and says, we were just in an accident. So I'm like trying to process what's happening inside of me, and then at the same time she's saying, we just had an accident with the car, it's really bad, and we don't know what we're going to do. And this is already within a setting of being told my company's going to be sold again and everything. So it's like one of those times when it feels like everything's in flux, everything is shifting. And in fact, that very day there was an earthquake in California, major earthquake, and they had all the video of the people on the news experiencing the earthquake and diving under their desks, being shocked and scared. So that's what it reminds me of. It's like an earthquake. It's like when everything in your life is just in upheaval and in flux, and you can either freak out and dive under your desk for cover, or you can kind of look at it like the way I did once I kind of got my bearings. The way I look at it is, when things start to get in flux, and there's a lot of flux, I kind of look at it like that's a point of growth. That's a point where things are going to change, things are going to shift, and a lot of times they shift for the better. So it's almost like you're going on with your life, and you're doing things, and you get to a point where things just shift. Like, it kind of reminds me of, like, if you ever seen Harry Potter movies, like in Hogwarts, with the stairs like shift from one place to another, and so you thought you were going up one path, but now you're going to this other path. And that's what it felt like to me, and I'm always tuned into those times, and I feel like those are transformational times. Those are times, like sometimes an act of destruction, you can either look at it as a negative, as a destruction, or you can look at it as an act of creation. Sometimes that's what it leads to. And so I just looked at it like, wow, this, something really big could be happening, in my life at this time. And, it's all about your perspective. It's all how you see it, how you look at it, and how you choose to interpret it, and how you react, because you have to, just hang in there when things get bad, and just, do the best that you can and keep going with it, because a lot of times, something's happening and it's happening for your good. I remember a quote from Richard Bach. He said, you're never given a problem without being given a gift. So there is no problem without a gift for you in its hands. So you always have to look for the gift. You always have to look at, when you get stuck on something, you can't figure something out. It's like, what am I trying, what is the universe trying to teach me right now? What do I need to learn in this moment? Because you want to move forward. And even if you're going to attempt something and fail, you want to fail forward. You want to be in a better position. You want to have more experience, more knowledge than when you started. So it also kind of reminds me of the phrase, when you're down to nothing, God is up to something. So I always like to think of it. I always like to look at it from a positive point of view. And it kind of reminds me of I heard a story on NPR about, they were doing a story about guys who sell cars. I think they were in New Jersey. And they looked at the top sales guy, and he just had this mindset. He was new, but he was the best, because he said, when people look at a glass and they say, was the glass half full or the glass half empty? He says, I don't see it as half full, and I don't see it as half empty. I see it as 100% full. I see it as overflowing. So this guy, no matter what his circumstances are, his view of it is like over the top. Like he just sees the potential, and he sees like how good things could be. He always has that vision, that positive vision, and he doesn't get mired down in the negative, or getting down on himself, or saying, how am I going to sell these cars? Nobody's coming in here. He's just got this completely positive mental attitude that just carries him through, and he just beats all these more senior salespeople like every day. Every month he's exceeding his quota. So a positive mindset is so important, and just having the ability to have perspective on the things that happen to you on a daily basis, and don't get caught up in it. Like, don't get caught up in one negative thing that you're just gonna relive over and over and over again, and get caught up in it. You just got to say, that thing happened, and it's over, and I'm keeping on. I'm just going to keep on my path. I'm going to learn from it, but I'm just going to keep pushing forward. And honestly, you'll become a much more peaceful person. It's like how to be calm in the eye of the storm kind of thing. Like if you've ever seen a storm, when it swirls around, everything's chaos all around, but the center is quiet, the center is silent, the center is peaceful, and essentially the center of the power. So, as long as you can maintain that, through your day, through your week, through your month, you're gonna have so much success. And so I would just challenge you to always look at your situation, find the positive, keep going in the direction that you're going in, and don't let the haters come in and change your mind or turn you away or make you think you're not good enough. Just keep on doing what you're doing. And like I say, runners run in circles, but I climb to the top. Keep on climbing. See you next time.